Hello, everybody. I'm here to talk about a new series that we're beginning this Sunday. It is a series I'm entitling Our Human Solidarity as Discovered Through the Lens of Poverty. That sounds like a lot to take in. But when we think about our life, many of us are blessed in more ways than we can count. We can started counting our blessings. We would not have enough digits on our hands to have the number of blessings we have in our life. And yet when we look out at the world, we recognize that our life in relation to others is beyond blessed. The percentages of people that live in poverty, just within the United States, those that live either at or below the poverty line is staggering. And then we step out of the United States and look at the global picture of the human population and how they live. The percentage of people that live in poverty that are struggling with housing, that are struggling with basic needs of hunger and food and care of their families. It's a challenging thing to try to think about your life in relation to others. When we all start kind of widening the lens beyond my own life existence and the problems and joys of my own life and just trying to manage my own life and set my life in the context of the wider human experience, I get overwhelmed by poverty that I see all around the world and even in Olathe and Overland Park and surrounding communities of our church. We don't have to go very far to experience poverty. The scripture has a lot to say about poverty and has a lot to say about our response as people of God to those that are in a poverty experience in their life. Most scripture tells us that our kind of call upon ourselves, that God's invitation to us is not to look at other individuals with, oh, I feel sorry for them, or gosh, I'm so glad I don't live that way. I mean, there's so many poor ways that we can think about our life in relation to others. And God's invitation through Scripture has always been every human being is our sister and brother. And if they're our sister or brother, if there is a need, if there is a concern, we should be concerned about the experience of other people and be less concerned about what we have and don't have. As we want everyone to have the opportunity to thrive and have a life of meaning and purpose for themselves. And so this first week, the theme is why even care about poverty? And we will look at a theological lens of how we approach poverty in the world around us. And you might kind of already have glimpses of, yes, Chris, I know we need to respond and do things, but I think a passage from Deuteronomy might be helpful for us to kind of ground ourselves and think maybe freshly or newly or more insightfully into how we live with those that struggle day to day and what our role is in making the world a more just place. So I hope you'll join us in this new series as we think about our own human solidarity in relation to poverty. Hope you join us on Sunday.